Thanks everybody for coming out to talk tourism with me. If I could dazzle you for 2 hours about the great things that tourism brings to our community. When Jill touched on the EDC and their involvement in tourism, I thought that's great because one of my slides touches on the economic impact of tourism in our community and how it is a job driver and a monetary driver in our community. So that was great. Before I forget, it's Kyle's birthday in the back, so everybody, happy birthday. Thanks to the sales friends for coming out and their support. I appreciate it. I'll start by just giving you the background, really simple, what the Visitor and Convention Bureau does. Our mission is to promote, support, and pursue the growth of tourism in the greater Manitowoc area. That includes just about all of Manitowoc County, Manitowoc, and Two Rivers. And we're equal partners in tourism here in Manitowoc and Two Rivers. We're governed by a board, much like the Chamber is. They are made up of hospitality-related business owners, managers, and marketing experts. And we have several representation here in the room. I know Rich, did somebody else sneak in from my board? Well, I have Rich here representing. Thanks, Rich. Appreciate it. Normally on this slide is where I talk about our staff, and I say we have 2 full-time and 2 part-time staff. But I'm excited today is the first time I've given this presentation that I can say we'll now have 3 full-time staff and 2 part-time staff. And I'll talk about that. If you see Bill's name there, I'll talk about him a little bit later in the presentation. But this is the slide I talked about when Jill talked about economic development and tourism. Tourism is one of the world's largest producers of tax revenues, and it's a trickle-down effect. So people that visit and stay in this hotel aren't just spending their money here. They're visiting the area and they're spending money in restaurants and attractions. And those wait staff in the restaurants, they go out and they spend their money in businesses in the community. And that restaurant rents their linens from a local linen provider. And then that provider in turn pays their employees who go out and spend money in the community. So it really trickles down to all areas of our community. Tourism is the cleanest form of economic development. And it's one that, again, with tourism, there isn't, leftover materials. It's a service that we provide. And the environment plays such a role, especially in our natural beauty of our area for tourism. Tourism is stewards to keep that clean and beautiful, pristine for the visitors. And then one slide that's not on here, or one point that's not here, is that tourism can't be packed up and shipped off to a factory in Mexico where they make it. Our coastline can't get up and move away. Our hotels aren't going anywhere, and that means safety for the industry. And finally, the number that people always tell me, what does tourism mean to me? Well, nationwide, because of the travel industry, each U.S. household pays approximately $995 less in taxes annually. So if not for tourism, you'd all be stuck with an extra $1,000 on your tax bill, and no one wants that. So how does it work? How do we fund tourism promotion? I like to think it's fairly simple, that visitors come to our community and they pay a room tax. And that tax, it doesn't affect the locals. You're not paying in there unless you're staying in our hotels. The tax then that those visitors pay us is shared with the city and with the Visitor and Convention Bureau. And what we do at the Convention and Visitors Bureau is we invest those dollars in marketing our area to bring more visitors. And then more visitors bring with them more tax dollars. And we can fund and do greater things. So I have a little video that I play that helps me talk about why tourism is important and why we need to market and what will happen. It's like Denver and Colorado. I don't have fancy visuals.
I
like this.
Proud owner of a working peach orchard and a big-time supporter of promoting tourism. So, why does a peach farmer care about tourism? Well, let me tell you a little story about John and Jane. They thought it would be nice to take a vacation. John had ideas, and Jane had ideas. But as they talked, they couldn't decide where to go. They knew their perfect place was out there. They just had to find it. Jane flipped through magazines. John started noticing the vacation ads on TV. On his way to work, John saw billboards and heard radio ads. And once he got there, he talked to his friends about where they spent their vacations. Jane did some research on the internet, visiting different websites to see which places had what they were looking for. After seeing all their options, John and Jane came to the same conclusion. We found the perfect place. They were so excited, they started to plan their trip right away. After booking their flights, John was eager to line up some things to do in the perfect place. So, he visited the Perfect Place's website, watched a video, checked out the hotels, bought tickets to a ball game, and signed up for the Perfect Place's e-newsletter, especially for visitors. John also downloaded the Perfect Place's smartphone app so he could get information on the go. Jane liked the Perfect Place's Facebook page and followed the Perfect Place on Twitter so she could get updates, ideas, and special deals. Jane also called a toll-free number and spoke to a nice lady who told her everything she needed to know about the Perfect Place. Jane also got the visitor's guide, which helped her learn what theater productions were in town, where to eat, and other things to do in the Perfect Place. So, John and Jane had explored their options, booked their travel, and planned their vacation. They packed their bags and off they went. End of story, right? Actually, this is where the real story begins, because what do you think John and Jane do when they get to the Perfect Place? Guess what? They spend their money. They spend their money on their rental car, in their hotel, seeing the attractions, enjoying outdoor activities, shopping, and dining out. They're happy they came to the Perfect Place. You know who else is happy? The hotel they stayed in, of course, and the bellman at the hotel, the workers at the local company that supplies his uniform, the stores they shop at, and the banks they use. And then there's the restaurant where John and Jane ate dinner, and the waitress who served them their wine, she's happy too. So is the local vineyard that grew the grapes that made the wine, the people who bottled it, and the drivers who brought it into town, and the peach farmer who supplied the peaches for the cobbler that the waitress served John and Jane for dessert. That's why someone like me cares about tourism in somewhere like the Perfect Place. Yes, I'm a farmer, but I'm also a businessman. I can draw a lot of conclusions from that story. I bet you can too. Tourism creates jobs. It brings in spending. And tourists pay taxes, which means locals pay less. But tourism is competitive. And without the marketing engine that drives it, people like John and Jane will take their money to some other destination. And will benefit some other local economy. Let's make sure our local economy grows. Let's feed it, nurture it, help it along, so it becomes strong, healthy, and delicious.
Alright, so, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that's how I learned stuff when I was little. Hopefully this cartoon educated everybody a little bit on what tourism does for us. But it's well put together. Denver uses it to promote their message, and it works very much for ours too. So the Visitors Bureau, we did some new things in 2012. The biggest of which was launching our brand, which coincided with a logo and a tagline. And then we put a whole new look to the Visitor's Guide to really make it a more dynamic marketing tool. First thing is the brand, and Coast is our brand. And the great thing about that is, we're not going away from our maritime heritage, but we're embracing it in a different way, and a way that's softer and in a recreational way. And the greatest thing about Coast is that nobody else in Wisconsin is owning Coast. The cities of Sheboygan and Algoma and Kewaunee, they call it the Lake Shore. In Milwaukee, it's the lakefront. So Coast is something, even Door County, it's the Lake Shore. So with us, what we really want to do is own Coast. And we're working very hard to get that message out. And it has really appealed to visitors that we've talked with already. So we're very excited to have that brand. If you look at our logo, it breaks down into 5 different points that you pick out on the thing. The Mariners Trail plays a prominent role through that logo. Of course, the blue and the waves for Lake Michigan. Of course, also our rivers in the area. The beaches in the sand color that we have. The sunrises and sunsets are just beautiful on our coast. And of course, lighthouses. And you can't have a coast without a lighthouse. You can't have a lighthouse without a coast. So the logo has really helped us. We actually worked with the Hamilton Wood Type Museum here in Two Rivers to develop a logo that used a historic font was something that would really give ownership to our logo and authenticity for our area. And we're really happy with what has come out of that. We worked with taglines for a great, some of them I just wanted to laugh at, others made me groan, but Coast for a While really appeals to the slow down, take it easy, relax when you're on vacation. And that's really what we offer people in our area, is the opportunity to relax, to vacation, to, to leave the real world behind and come visit us and relax. The new look for the Visitor's Guide last year started with adding a great deal more photography and featuring the photography with larger pictures. We also did some things with featured sections of the guide, featured ideas, and one of them last year was America's Dairyland, and talked about our great cheese resources in the area, like Hennings and Pine River Dairy, and of course Cedar Crest, and our history of the ice cream sundae here in Two Rivers. And that proved very popular with visitors. So this year, in 2013, we continued that same look with the Visitor's Guide by doing large pictures, graphic representations of people doing things. And the idea behind our photography is that we want people to take the people in the pictures out of there and put themselves into those images and imagine themselves visiting our community and enjoying themselves like they are. We've also worked on so again, this year's cover, you'll have the Visitor's Guide sitting on your table. Page through it, look and see, pretend you're a visitor, pretend you know nothing about our community, and look through that guide and see what kind of message that's putting out, and make sure that that's in tune with what you think our community is. And if it's not, let me know. Some of the features this year that we're going with are beaches. We have 13 beaches along Lake Michigan's coast, and there's a beach there for every person, whether you want a developed beach with bathrooms and a concession stand that's groomed daily, or if you want a more rustic beach, or if you want a beach for taking your dogs for a walk, or if you want a beach within a stone's throw of downtown where you can go and relax and get off the car ferry, and we have all those. Charter fishing is another thing. I don't know that we'll ever have charter fishing like it was 20 years ago, but we should sure aspire to get back to something close to that. And so by featuring it in this year's Visitor's Guide, we really hope to spur more interest and involvement in people and get people back into that great recreational opportunity. And then lighthouses. I don't know, we might just feature lighthouses every year in the Visitor's Guide. They're very popular, they're very iconic. They have a sense of appeal to a great many visitors, and they give our community identity because no two lighthouses are alike. Website. We have a brand new website that will be rolling out in the next month. And in it is the opportunity, again, just like the guide, to use more dynamic photos, to be able to change out the photos more often, give our staff more control. Our little clicker doesn't have a little thing, but you can see on the left side our calendar of events, prominently featured. Brand new will be a search bar so that people can find the information they're looking for right away. Signing up and getting them on our newsletter list so that we can continually reach out and market to them through the course of the year. And then different featured pages, like in the Visitor's Guide, the lighthouses, the charter fishing, the beaches, the cheese, those sort of things. So it really gives us an opportunity to sell the visitor right on the homepage of our website. Again, the categories are very popular for visitors to look and find what they want to do: play, eat, stay, shop. Meetings and event planners can go to our website and get the information they're looking for to bring their events to our community as well. One of the cool things on the website this year that I absolutely love is the social media integration. That is something that is growing in popularity. Of course, I won't ask you to show your hands if you have a Facebook page, but I will assume a great deal you do. The cool thing about this, the website that we have integrated, is with every listing of our membership on there is an opportunity to click the Facebook button and have it pop up on your Facebook page saying, I'm coming to Manitowoc, Two Rivers on these dates, I'm looking forward to my vacation there. And their friends and family can post to their Facebook, hey, I did this when I was in Manitowoc, I did this when I was in Two Rivers, hey, I had this fun, or you're going to have a great time. And so people can really track their vacation, and they can put that out so that other people see them having a good time, and they'll want to do that too. So we're looking forward to being able to see that, track that. And with Google Analytics, our new site will be extremely trackable and will be accountable for what are the most popular pages. Right now, those popular pages are calendar events is by far the number one search for them on our page if you want to, followed by dining, attractions, and accommodations. So those are the pages people are going to. And then we'll also have an opportunity for our partners to go into the website, log in, and change out any of their images whenever they want to. So if they want to change them out seasonally and put a spring photo in with their business, a fall photo in, they can do that often as they like. So be really a great feature. So I talked about Bill a little bit, and when I showed you our staff, well, Bill will be starting next week. And his job as sales manager for the Visitor and Convention Bureau will be to go out and bring business into our community. And the types of business that we're looking for are meetings and conventions and sports tournaments and motor coach groups. And what his role is to say why Manitowoc is a destination that's better than Sheboygan, or why a group that's always been meeting in Appleton should consider coming to Manitowoc with their group. His opportunity will be to go out in our community and find out what kind of sports facilities we have and on what level they are, and then find sports tournaments that can come in and use those facilities to their best advantage. We're very excited to have the American Legion baseball tournament coming to our facility in Manitowoc this summer. And it'll be an opportunity to have Bill go out and follow them and work to bring more groups like that into our community. So it will be very exciting to have him, and he will be making that his full responsibility. And then the rest of that side of his position is once they get here, he'll provide assistance to them and the groups that book to make sure that they have the best convention possible and that they'll want to rebook. Maybe it's a meeting that books every year, maybe it's a meeting that books every 3 years, maybe it's every 5 years, but to get those meetings coming back, because once we get them here, we find that we really don't have too much trouble getting them back again, because we provide a phenomenal experience for them and great activities. So again, when people are meeting for conventions and events, they're not locked within the walls of the hotel and the convention facility. They go out on the town dining. They might have a drink when their meetings are done. They might bring their spouse and kids along, and it's an opportunity to get them into the Maritime Museum or the Aurora West or out to the zoo. So we have great opportunities with every convention group that comes to our area. Finally, this is the slide that I cannot do a presentation in this community without. This is our Be a Host slide. And there are opportunities for you to be a host. One is when you have friends and family come to visit you, know our attractions and be familiar with them. If you haven't visited them all, you should. And be helpful to those visitors that you have that are visiting you, be that ambassador for the community and let them know they can go to the zoo or they can go to the Aurora West. And some of those things are free for them to do. So really show off our community. But then also, don't look at a tourist in our community as an inconvenience when they're taking up all the parking next to them. Well, you know what? That's a good thing for our community. And we recognize that. And if they ask for directions to a favorite restaurant or they ask where they can go to kill some time, certainly help them out if you can. And then the second side of being a host involves looking at what organizations or memberships, professional or social, that you're a member of, and see if there's an opportunity for us in Manitowoc Rivers to host an annual meeting of your organization, a statewide meeting, a regional meeting. Maybe we don't have enough space to hold the annual convention for your group, but there's always the possibility of a regional meeting or a quarterly meeting or a specific department meeting. Our office will help you work with that organization and really do the work to plan the meeting for you. All you have to do is let us know that you have an organization that would be interested in doing that. And a great example is the American Legion baseball tournament coming to our area this summer. We have somebody who's on their local board. They came to us and said, can you help us put a bid together? And we certainly did. I just got a call this morning on a group looking for a military reunion, and they happen to have one of the organizers of the group is a local person who said, we have this great maritime museum. It would be a great place to do part of our events. We could do a color guard there, opening ceremony, and great. One phone call to our office and everything moving forward. So again, if you have an opportunity like that, please give my office a call. We'll be happy to help you with that. So, as I shift from my side of the presentation to the State Department of Tourism side, everything that the MABC does is ultimately aimed at improving the economy of Manitowoc communities, and in continuing work with our members and partners in tourism will grow it stronger. So, the presentation is called Having Fun on the Coast. This coast is our fun is the Wisconsin Department of Tourism's brand. And we have gone through a bunch of slogans over the past 15 years. And they said slogans aren't doing it for us. What we need is a brand that we define it. And what everybody said in the survey, I love the survey responses that said, you know, in Wisconsin they look like they're having so much fun. I could never do that, but they look like they're having fun. And so that's been our challenge, is to say, let everybody else know that they can cut loose and have a good time in Wisconsin. We say, we see fans at Packer game and those people are crazy. We're not crazy, we're fun. We're at Summerfest and people are crazy. We're not crazy, we're fun. So, to show you how crazy and fun we are, we have the new State Department of Tourism commercial that I'll play it twice because it's a 30-second spot and it goes pretty quickly.
It doesn't take any special skill to enjoy Wisconsin. Just drop in.
Relate yourself again, Wisconsin. All right. And now this is the making of.
Wisconsin native David Sucker to direct and set some meeting talents loose on summer fun on one of our many lakes. This time he brought a friend to play the befuddled fisherman, his airplane star Robert Hayes. One little subplot. Tourism Secretary Stephanie Klett and I, after seeing David's fabulous winter spot, were bound and determined to convince David to give us a cameo in the commercial.
We're doing a state commercial for tourism. He's just kidding. He's just kidding. This is an artificial state, okay?
Just so you know, one thing, don't let Clinton cancel in the commercial. Not to be funny.
That's what the storyboard to the seasons had it all.
I don't either.
That's right. It's going to be funny. Because they want to actually be in the commercial.
Oh, no, not a good idea. They're not very funny.
That's what I thought. They're not funny.
Hey Steph, it's after 12 now and Sucker hasn't even asked us to be in this ad.
I think I have the perfect idea to get us to this ad.
Great.
It's my secret weapon, and if David Zucker doesn't like this, I don't know that there's anything else we can do.
Well, what do we have? Wow.
Oh yeah, Miami.
This doesn't get us in the commercial, nothing will.
Hey, Mr. Zucker. Hi. This is why you need to have us in the commercial right here.
Great. Wait a minute.
That is so wrong on so many levels. You know, Deputy, we didn't make it to the commercial. But when you're around David Zucker, you just feel like you're among friends. Life's so good. I wish we could stay a little bit longer.
Everybody should escape to Wisconsin. And you know, live like you mean it.
Fine words, Deputy. Fine words.
You can't even. All right, we'll go to the more commercial one last time. You're on.
It doesn't take any special skill to enjoy Wisconsin. Just drop in.
As much as I'd like to play that. All right, back where we're at. So how fun was that? So all the kidding aside, tourism is serious business. And the Department of Tourism's investment in advertising and promotion is a 6-to-1 return on their investment. For every dollar that they put into promoting the state, $6 comes back in the terms of visitor spending in our state. And I don't know if all of you are investing your dollars in your 401ks at a return of 6-to-1. So it's a great thing, and we look for the state legislature to continue supporting the governor and his efforts to boost the tourism budget, because it really is an investment in our state. Gonna have to remember what I was supposed to talk about when I just have a big $1 million bill on there. Oh yes, the fun facts that the State Department of Tourism likes me to tell you about. We had a $16 billion impact on the state's economy in 2011. That was up 8% from 2010. The numbers for 2012 will be coming out in May, and we'll announce those at our National Tourism Week breakfast. You all come out for that. For every $1 the department spent, $6 was returned in additional tax revenue for the state. So that doesn't even count the overall impact. That is the tax dollars that come right back in. The tourism economy generated $1.3 billion in state and local revenue in taxes and $950 million in federal taxes. 1 in every 13 jobs in the state is supported by tourism activity. So if you think about that in our community, that is a huge impact. And of course, the one I love is that every time 250 cars cross the state line into Wisconsin for a visit, it equals 1 job and supported in $7,000 in tax revenue for those 250 cars. So tourism truly is important for not only our local economy, but for the state economy as well. The person who normally would be up here giving this presentation to the state is our state regional tourism specialist. His name is David Spiegelberg. His phone is here, his email is here, but they're also available if you go to the Wisconsin Department of Tourism website, or you can go to my office or call me, and I will send you that information as well. If you'd like to sit down with him to talk about how you can better market your business with the state, how you can learn more about what the state is doing or get more involved on a statewide level, he's the guy for you. So I think that was my last slide. So I want to thank everybody here for their support of tourism, coming out and supporting us. And when opportunities arise and visitors you see in the community, certainly help them out, show them a good time, thank them even for coming and visiting us. So thanks very much.